Learners engage in online courses because of the convenience and flexibility. Online classes provide an excellent opportunity for all individuals, especially those facing extenuating circumstances who may not necessarily fall into the category of the traditional student. Many argue that self-motivation and self-direction are essential characteristics of an online learner. However, those students who are facing extenuating circumstances and decide to return to school are often highly motivated, dedicated, and think critically each day. In addition, online classes help develop these characteristics that may be absent in a traditional classroom. Although it lacks the face-to-face setting, which may cause traditional students to struggle, online learners have the opportunity to learn by applying new ideas or concepts by participating in their learning environments.
In a traditional classroom, the learners frequently interact with the teacher and their other students. In an online class, the face-to-face component is missing. How do you prevent students from feeling alone and isolated?
That online instructors wear many hats. As an online instructor, you may feel that your students are failing to interact with others and may be feeling alone and isolated. If this is the case, you must put on your hat and find out why. Is it because the design of the class does not allow student interaction? If this is the case, more cooperative learning activities must be structured into the course. Is it because students are struggling with the technology and cannot access the online tools? If this is the case, then you must troubleshoot possible reasons why students are struggling with the technology.
How do you decide on the content of an online course?
As with the design of face-to-face courses, the content of an online class should be aligned with the chosen outcomes. For example, in Alberta, K-12 teachers follow the Alberta Program of Studies. Each subject area has a series of general and specific outcomes that must be taught and assessed. The same holds true for online instruction. Online classes often stretch across the disciplines. This may pose a bit of a challenge for online math classes. According to Engelbert and Harding, one of the main problems with math is reproducing various symbols in the online classroom. There's also a need to have the exchange of ideas between teacher and students. This may be halted by a number of technological issues. Using problem-based learning can help with this problem. Remember, due to these possible barriers, instructor feedback should be frequent.
How do you assess the outcomes in an online learning environment?
A considerable amount of research exists on online assessment. Three common themes emerge: frequent instructor feedback, outcome-based summative assessments, and clearly defined rubrics. Instructor feedback is imperative for student learning. There's a direct link between immediate instructor feedback and student performance. According to Gayton and McEwen, projects, portfolios, self-assessments, peer evaluations, chats, timed quizzes, weekly assignments with immediate feedback, and the use of rubrics have been identified as effective online assessment techniques. The second theme that emerges from the research is summative assessment. Summative assessment indicates the level of student mastery. Thompson advises online instructors to align summative assessment with the program of studies outcomes. Finally, clearly defined rubrics and expectations for discussions are recommended.
Are there standard tools that are used by online instructors?
There are many effective online instructional tools available. Let me begin a bit by talking about the multiple roles of the online facilitator. According to Huff, there are 5 main online instructor roles. They consist of content management, technical support, social director, and the educationalist. I mention these roles of the online instructor because they are important to effective online instruction, and they help us understand why instructors choose a particular online learning tool.